Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and welcome to Sanctum 2. Oh my, that rhymed. That sounded a little redundant, but this is Sanctum 2, cool, very cool indie title, available on Steam right now for $14.99, of course made by Coffee Stain Studios. This is the sequel to, guess what? Sanctum 1, which was the very first-person tower defense game. So basically, you know, your typical tower defense title, if you don't know what that is, it's basically kind of a top-down view whereby you get to upgrade towers and different units, different types of artillery or whatever it may be. It's been applied to so many different genres, so that's why I don't want to just say artillery, just different types of offensive units or defensive units, and basically you have a goal in mind whereby you're protecting something. So whatever is the most important thing in that particular title, you're protecting, and there are swarms of enemies, waves of enemies, as well as boss fights, where they try to make it through all your towers to this whatever is your objective, and if they get there, then you lose. So your job is to make sure that they do not obviously get there. And this is no different, except here you actually get to participate in the action and not just oversee the action, which is very cool. And of course, a lot of people are gonna ask if this is an official walkthrough or anything. So far, I'm just going to put it out as part 1, and then if you guys want me to, if you guys enjoy the gameplay and stuff like that, I'll definitely consider making it an entire series, because there is a campaign mode to this game, so I'd love to showcase the game further. Again, if you guys enjoy it, and if it gets enough momentum, I'd love to continue doing it. Now, a lot of people are going to ask me, is this related to Nintendo, blah, 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 just because I've been asked so many questions about this whole Nintendo copyright thing, and I am considering making a separate video about it just to kind of voice my opinion on it, so stay tuned for that. And just because so many people have asked me, both on Twitter and many other places as well, just my approach to it, I'm not going to comment on it necessarily right now. I'm just going to kind of let it be. I don't think that they're right or necessarily wrong, so I'll just let that be all I say for now. But the cool thing is that, of course, all the indie developers came out, and a lot of them showed support for to us, the Let's Players of YouTube, and they said that we really do help them and blah blah blah. And I think that now it's almost like our obligation to, not our obligation, but honestly, we should return the favor and try to truly support, again, if we enjoy the games, not go out of our way to say this is a good game even though it might be a crappy game. Really support the title and really kind of give your genuine opinion about the title. And this was a game that I really wanted to try out, and I'll be honest with you guys, I know that a lot of people are jumping on the indie bandwagon right now, and a lot of people are like, oh, I always loved indie games, but if you check their channel history, they never played a indie game before. But honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, I usually was a mainstream gamer, and the main reason for that was because I never had like a strong enough PC, or I was never kind of invested into the indie scene, because I'd usually, like when I was younger, all we would afford would be like 1 or 2 games a year, so that's all I would play. So now, of course, that's changed to where I probably play, I don't know, over 60, maybe 70 games a year, maybe more than that. So, of course, now I've slowly gotten more and more into the indie games. I really enjoy Don't Starve. I played this new game, Rios. I played all of Clay Entertainment's games. Of course, that's Shank 2, Mark of the Ninja, of course, which was very highly regarded, and now Don't Starve, that's their next title. So that's pretty cool. And today we're going to be playing a game from Coffee Stain Studios, and of course this is a sequel. So now that I've blabbered long enough, let's get into some gameplay, shall we? So basically, of course, as you can see, there are different locations where you get to go participate in some action. And the cool thing is that for all these different gameplay modes, so game options, when you go to game mode, there's 3 different game modes for you. The campaign, which is what we're going to be trying out right now. We've got survival and easy mode, so that's pretty cool. Available so that kind of to feat whatever style of gameplay you want. And speaking of which, there's also feats of strength, so you can even further customize your gameplay style to where enemies get a little bit stronger, but then at the same time you get a reward via having to deal with this extra challenge. So for example, if enemies grow more durable, then your XP would increase by 20%. So it's kind of a give and take, I should say, scenario, which is very cool. So let's just get going. I'm going to go into the introduction here, just do that real quick. So come on now, slackers, it's time to head out. So these are our characters. That's a pretty cute strawberry pickle monster. That's what I like to call it. That's pretty awesome. And that's the main thing with this title that I've been really blown away by, is the fact that this is a $15 game, because it looks like, honestly, there are $60 retail games that don't look as good as this game. So I was genuinely surprised by that. Hagen, stop slouching. You're on duty now. Act like it. Doesn't matter. You can at least pretend to be awake. You can also pretend to shoot straight while you're at it. What the? Okay. Training is off, guys. Time to work. Okay. So, looks like we get kind of in a pod dropped into the action, literally and figuratively. And this reminds me a bit of Halo ODST, where you kind of also used this kind of a pod to enter. And you can see right away, I mean, the game is absolutely beautiful, especially when you consider that this is an indie game, quote-unquote, and the fact that this is a $15 release. Honestly, it makes me excited by the fact that if Coffee Stain were to do, let's say, a $30 release, or let's say if they were to do a retail game for $60, it would probably be pretty gosh darn amazing looking, because if that's what they're able to do with these resources, imagine what they would be able to do with more. So that's just very, very inspiring. And on top of that, I think that watching the indie game scene, that watching and playing a lot of these games, oh, look at this guy, he doesn't look too happy. He's like, oh, stop looking at me, please do not look at my face, stop. Whoa, what did is he picking his butt? Okay, that's rude. But honestly, playing more indie games as of late has really kind of made me evaluate retail games much more heavily, because I'm like, okay, these guys release like a $10 or $15 game, and then you have this game that comes out at retail for $60, and it's not any better, and oftentimes it's worse than the indie titles. So it's really been an eye-opening experience to play more indie games for me. And this one is very, very good, and I think that it could definitely do. I mean, the first one did really well. Look at this guy trying to get away. Yep, you just keep running. Do not look back, my friend. Do not. Nope. Shouldn't look back. Just run. It's like when you're on a really high spot. Do not look down. Same thing goes here. Hey, dude, you should probably go help your friend there, eh? So as I was saying, yeah, I mean, playing indie games has really opened up my eyes towards how much possibilities and how much creativity there really is in the indie scene, and it's very, very inspiring, and there's a lot of really cool games available. So I do plan to cover, now I'm not going to be one of those people who stops covering mainstream games or anything like that, but I do plan to cover much more indie games, because I've been enjoying much more of them. So I really would like to cover them more. So as you can see, this is kind of where we get into the gameplay. That was kind of an introduction there at the beginning. We're still kind of in the introduction phases, but as you can see, the right square in the middle, up at the top there, it says wave 2 out of 4. So there's the enemies coming in waves, and on this little map there, you could see where they're going to be coming from. So they're going to be obviously entering from this hangar and going through this way. And then you could see all these different, like for example, this station right here. Or these walls and stuff like that, and you get to customize that stuff. You actually get to build to it. If you want to build more walls, more barricades, you could do that, and of course you could also power up all your different stations of attack. After every level, you have to walk by right here by your core. This is what you're defending. This is your priority, to make sure that you're not going to allow this stuff to get destroyed. That's what you're worried about, and that's what you want to make sure that those bad guys don't get to. And obviously, you can't hold them off on your own, so that's why you got the assistance of all these towers. So for example, right here, as you can see, it says I could go ahead and upgrade this. So I could either do that, or if I want, I could go ahead and actually build up another turret. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and build up another turret right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then if I wanted to, I could also add a couple of walls. For example, I could place that right here. And let's say, okay, so to force them to go a little bit longer. Obviously now you can see the enemies kind of have to walk a little bit more than they would otherwise, sorry. And let's see, I guess in theory I could have placed something here too to force them to take another extra step. There we go. So now that we're ready, we go ahead and press enter, and into the battle we go. Here we go. So if you're wondering, are these the only enemies? Nope. You're going to see a variety of enemies. Even right now, you can see already a different type of enemy, which is pretty cool. And as you can see, you have to actually participate in the battle. So not only are you worried about the towers and stuff like that, but you actually yourself have to actively participate. And one thing that I've noticed very, very right away, kind of off the bat, is that the game really kind of prioritizes you or pushes you to switch your weapons. So definitely you got to keep that in mind to try to switch your guns as often as you want or can, and then obviously reload in between those. But honestly, you have to be very careful about how you approach it. Because you can get overwhelmed, like I almost did there. You saw a couple of them rushed me, and I almost got overwhelmed. And the cool thing is, as you can see, before the wave starts, it shows you what you're going to be getting attacked with. So we're going to have 20 of those kind of smaller units and 3 of those kind of larger dudes coming at us. And you might have noticed when I was shooting him, similarly to Borderlands, when you shoot him, red point, like there were sometimes one color hit points, and then there were other color hit points. And what that does, basically, it shows you that if you hit them in their like soft spot, so to speak, you know, or sweet spot, whatever you want to call it, then you're able to do more harm. So it usually is the bright red spot on the enemy. So right here I could actually also upgrade my unit, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually do that. There we go. You see that? Booyah. So now that thing is a much more powerful cannon, and it's going to help us out way more so than it did before. So if I place this, that will kind of achieve nothing. So what I could do is obviously kind of connect this wall. Maybe, ideally, I'd probably want to actually push them off. Let's see. Actually, that would be pretty good. I'm going to place one right here and one right next to it. Oh, okay, so you see they chose to go all the way around, which is a-okay by me, because I could also, I guess, yep, that would be good. There we go. So you see, now they have to take this extra little step, which obviously gives us a little bit of extra time to shoot him down. And of course, don't forget, this is the tutorial level, so it's much more simplistic in its nature. As you continue to head on, I know that there are boss fights and stuff like that. Even though I personally have not encountered them yet, I'm very much looking forward to doing that. So let's try to take care of this walker. And oh god, okay, I do not want to die on the tutorial level. That would show horrible skill. Okay, come on, shoot this guy. And as I said before, you do want to try to not do what I did there, and that is actually do not offer yourself up like that to be locked off in one spot. I thought that one of them went around for a second. You see, that guy kind of was heading that way. That's why I was a little freaked out by that. Okay, there we go. Wave cleared. And now you could see on the next level, something else is a new enemy also going to be introduced. You could see 10 of them are going to be coming. And then we're going to have to deal with 6 walkers. So this is going to be interesting. This is definitely going to be a challenge. But first, of course, going to go back to our core to pick up our resources that were sent to us. So sell the lightning tower in the corner and press and hold the right stick. So I think they want us, I don't know, not that one, do they? Maybe this one right here, because it's kind of inapplicable. So let's go ahead and sell that. And actually, gonna go ahead and place another cannon right, well, I don't know, maybe I should put it over here. This is where the strategy aspect comes in, of course, where you start to strategize about how to approach this, where should I place things, how should I place things, etc, etc, etc. So right here, if I do this, I could get them to walk around again. It's hard to decide. It's so hard to decide. Okay, well, let me put a cannon right here, actually. And let's see. I don't even know if I should. Okay, might as well give it some points here. Get it upgraded. There it is. So you could see by that recycle stuff that now it would give us much more cash back. And the cool thing is that even if you have some cash left over, you see like right there I had a little bit left over, 10. So you could still apply it over time, so you don't have to necessarily like get the whole thing upgraded at once. So you could be kind of giving a little bit of points to different towers so that you're kind of keeping things balanced. So now we've got 2 upgraded towers. We could go ahead and actually place a couple more walls. The cool thing is you don't like, it's really up to you, whatever how you approach the gameplay. That's what you would want to do. So I think that would work well. No? Oh God, of course they would go around, these jerks. Why would they do that to me? Okay, well then we also have to block them off by placing another wall over here. There we go. And now that makes them walk way longer than what they would have otherwise. And I obviously want to make sure, well, I don't think they can even access anything from here. Nope, that's blocked off, so that's nice and dandy. And I think that's it. I'll be okay with, I'll just keep the extra wall for myself. And here we go. Obviously, probably wanted to make sure that my ammo was good before taking these guys on. But here they come. Oh God. Okay, those guys are very quick. You could obviously tell that. Oh God, I'm getting attacked. And the cool thing is that the characters that you play as actually matter. When you remember at the beginning of the game when we had the 4 characters there, each character has kind of a different ability. So for example, the girl that we're playing as right now, she's got like a double jump, so she's able to jump way higher than her other comrades, which is pretty cool. Alright, there we go. Blitzwinger getting leveled up almost to level 3. And of course, if I had any feats of strength on, that would be applicable as well. So there we go. I got 18 kills. I took 330 damage. Surprise, surprise. And I hit the weak points to get a bunch of statistics, basically, etc. And you could obviously continue if you wanted to. You could also look at your towers. How did your towers do versus yourself? So that's pretty cool. So as you can see, it's a very cool game. And honestly, I'd love to continue playing, basically. So we'll see. If you guys enjoy this title, I'll definitely continue doing more of these episodes, just because I do find the game enjoyable, and I hope you do as well. And it's only going to get better, because then we're going to have all these cool boss fights, and even more strategies are going to come into the game, where you have to... Here you saw in the tutorial, when we came in, the walls were already constructed for us, or a lot of them were. As you continue playing, less and less is kind of handed to you, to where then it's all up to you. You got to figure out, how do I position these walls? How do I position so that the enemies don't get past or get past? And on top of that, the enemies are going to start coming from different directions. So it's not going to be a case of like where you're only getting attacked from one side. There's going to be 3-4 spots where enemies are all spawning from, and you have to decide, okay, let's say I'm going to power this side and I'm going to attack on this side. So it's really up to you how you approach that side of the game. But that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, click that like button. That is the best way to let me know that you guys want to see an in-depth series about Sanctum 2. I'm very excited about this game. It's very cool, very fun. If you guys enjoyed the gameplay that you saw, of course, check it out for yourself on Steam. It's only $15. I know that, of course, if you're tight on money and you can't afford that, trust me, I understand. I was there at one point, and I absolutely understand. So I'm not trying to say, like, go get this game because get it, because I said so. No, I'm just saying that if you can afford it, I mean, $15, it's 1/4 of what you would usually pay for a $60 release. And I think that honestly this is better than many retail releases that we get every year. So I would definitely support this title. It's very fun, and yay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe, share the videos, favorite the videos, and I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great day.